support hooks at various points within the workflow so that if you want to provide that information and you as a hospital want to buy a content provider that provides that information, then like go at it. We're just not going to tell you which one you should choose.
So even in that example, even if they know that their clients across the country are hemorrhaging dollars because of, you know, overutilization of imaging, and they touch all these clients, they're still not going to, strategically, they're not interested in building products and services to address the costs in that space, right? Like that's just not in their wheelhouse, right?
I think, yeah. Well, I think they would be interested in building a product that allowed you as a hospital administrator to like ask all the questions that you could ever want to ask of your data, but they wouldn't be in the business of telling you which questions you should be asking of your data. So like, I don't think they don't care about that problem, but I think where they see themselves most able to contribute value is like enabling possibilities for data exploration, I guess.
That answers that.
So that
Thank you. Yeah.
Is left to the facility itself.
Sorry, say that again.
The customization of, you know, like you mentioned, they'll provide kind of that framework of you can ask all these questions of your data, but the customization of these workflows is then left up to each individual acute care facility.
Yeah. Well, so I think another thing they've done is like I think they're also trying to facilitate So I think one of the ways in which Epic has been successful is facilitating, not even in a technological sense, but in a like community building sense. Like, I am an Epic hospital. What it means to be an Epic hospital is that I am large, I am prestigious, I am doing a lot of cutting edge things, and like through things like their users group meeting and their user web, they are facilitating both like in-person touch points as well as online communities where they're connecting the innovative types of things that hospitals are doing to solve these problems so that those can be, you know, other being part of the Epic community is value in and of itself because of those things that Epic has built. But they, you know, again, they wouldn't like, they don't get into trying to tell you what you should be doing. They just kind of showcase the fact that like, hey, our clients are super prestigious. Like, let's come on site to Epic at users group meeting and present this really cool thing you've done using Epic's tools. And like, hey, if this is cool for you and this is solving one of your problems, you can go build it too. And I think that's a pretty, in my opinion, that's a pretty smart play for them given like their market position.
Yeah, interesting. And what's your perspective on Epic partnering? You know, we talked a little bit about this before, but we're partnering with content providers or like these potentially third parties that might help to make these clinical recommendations or, you know, standardization of certain workflows that might not be in their wheelhouse today.
Yeah, I mean, I would be surprised. Yeah, I'd be surprised. It would be a departure for them to say, like, hey, you know, I don't know. Well, so they've done this sometimes, so I don't want to say never. I think they announced a partnership with Tableau like a couple years ago. But that was pretty surprising and new. Like, for the most part, they're not going to come out and say like Epic is partnered with like Siemens PACS. Like Siemens PACS is the official PACS provider of Epic clients, right? They'll instead just say like, sure, there's a bunch of people that use Siemens PACS. Like, you pay us some money, we'll build a interface that allows you to talk bidirectionally with Siemens PACS. That's fine. We don't care what PACS you use, right? You pay us, we'll build a portal. You can connect it. It'll be great. So partnering in the sense of like